Coach Hawkins must be holding his team to the correct start time. This is how we roll. The tuba players here. We can get the game going now.
That's right.
That's what we was waiting on. I used to be able to jump like that.
I had a trampoline once, and I jumped like that. I was all world with the Nerf hoop.
On the door.
On the door, baby.
All right, Brian, you can roll the open, buddy. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson Matinee Basketball. Scott, it seems like it was less than 24 hours the last time I saw your mug. And
well, you would be correct.
Yet here we are, Carterville High School, after that loss last night at Anna Jonesboro, getting ready to take on probably one of the most talented teams in Southern Illinois, probably top 2, top 3 teams in the Carbondale Terriers.
No question about it. When you look at this team, they're led by Darius Bean, the SIU recruit. James Balt's a sophomore, 6'3". They can light up the scoreboard. They're very talented. They're quick. They're long. Very athletic. And if that doesn't scare you, the scary part about this team is defensively, they're only giving up a little over 30 points a game. So they get after you on the defensive end. And with the way the Carterville Lions have turned the ball over, that does not look very good.
Exactly, and that's coming up in just a few minutes. You're going to hear that from Coach Shane Hawkins. You know, we talked about it before the game last night. Carterville controlled the turnovers in the first half of that game, and I said to him, Coach, are turnovers contagious? And he said, absolutely. And we saw that in the second half last night for the Lions really cost them the game because when you're not scoring on your possessions and you're turning it over and the other team's scoring, a game can get out of hand very, very quickly. And that Carterville has to do everything in their power today to make sure that that doesn't happen because it can get away from them quickly today.
Well, it's not an individual problem of the Lions, it's a team problem. Everybody is making turnovers at some point in time. And, you know, when you play a team like Carbondale, it is of the utmost importance that if you want to stay relatively close at all, you have to take care of the ball. You cannot give this team extra opportunities because they will turn a 10-point lead into a 30-point lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, and this is the thing about this Carbondale Terriers team as well. Everybody's been pointing at this season for about 2 or 3 years that this was going to be the year. Now let's talk about this team and the team that we're facing today. They're missing one of their key cogs, and it's possible they may be missing him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Kanaya Cree, we understand he may have a torn meniscus. He will undergo surgery on Monday. I know Carbondale Terrier fans, coaching staff alike, they're keeping their fingers crossed for the best outcome on Monday. He was their leading scorer. So when you take that out of that lineup, that means a lot. But Carbondale is very deep. They play a lot of sophomores. So even after this year, when Bean's gone and some of these other players are gone, like a Cree who's going to Ball State, the cupboard is not bare, folks. Carbondale Terrier basketball is in good shape.
And it's going to be strong for years to come. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale now has an online mortgage center where you can check rates or you can apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, go to their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. NMLS registration number 4742871. If you would like to watch this game, you can head over to the YouTube channel. Just search Carbondale Terriers at Carterville Lions. You'll get the play-by-play and the video as we go. When we come back, I had a chance to talk to Coach Shane Hawkins moments ago. The Coaches Show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. For the man he brings home his pay for love. Hold on to what we got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it all right. Thank you.
Dave, by the way, if you can, turn Scott down a little bit. He's blasting over you.
Yes, sir. Sure will. I like their warm-ups. I like their warm-ups. Their warm-up jerseys that they have on. Very cool. I love being able to see the numbers before a game, which is nice. Say that again, Brian.
You did a pretty good job on the camera last night. You were able to keep everything pretty much in frame.
There were a couple of times when I had to move it pretty quick, but I think I only remember missing one possession, and that was on a turnover.
You're not doing the camera today, are you?
Aim's back today.
She had a better position, instead of at the corner. If you had a way to do the remote where she's sitting high up on the center line.
All right, 5 minutes. Let's go on and take the break after Coach, the next break, and then we'll come back shortly, and then we'll pause for the anthem. Thank you.
And again, as always, feeding that sound during the anthem.
Okie dokie. Welcome back to Carterville High School. It is Saturday afternoon basketball for the Lions as the Carbondale Terriers visit CHS Carbondale rather. They come into the game 7-2 overall on the season. They're 3-1. They got the win last night over Cahokia, 43-39. And it was a year ago, Scott Hudson, when we went over on a icy Saturday game, and it was a 57-42 Carbondale win over these Carterville Lions.
Now, what a difference a year makes weather-wise. It's about 56, 57 degrees out today. I was coming into the high school, looked over the football field. I said, man, this would have been a perfect day to play a high school playoff game.
Yes, it would.
But, yeah, things different this year, obviously, team-wise, personnel-wise for both teams. Carterville, a very disheartening loss last night at AJ game. I think they felt like they should have won. They let get away late. But, as we've said before, especially at the start of the season, the Pyramid Plus tournament, Carterville's only going to get better by playing better teams. They did that playing Collinsville, Mount Vernon, and Marion, and that's what they're doing here today, playing a very, very good Carbondale team. I think what Coach Hawkins wants to see more than anything else is from the start of the game to the end of the game, hustle, hard work, and just try to outwork the Carbondale Terriers. Forget about what the score may be, but he wants to see little improvements going into Wednesday night's game against Nashville.
The word that he uses for that is effort.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to see. He wants to see the effort. Don't give up on defense. Don't turn over the ball, and play as hard as you can every possession. That's what he wants to see. We're going to go on and take a final break as the Carterville Lions are back out on the floor. And again, if you would like to watch the game this afternoon, head over to our YouTube channel. And when you get there, hit the search bar and just type in Carbondale Terriers at Carterville Lions, and you'll be able to watch and listen to the game with Scott Hudson and I. We appreciate you watching and listening to all of our broadcasts, whether it's football earlier in the season or basketball, here on News Radio WJPF. All right, we're getting ready for the anthem. This Carterville Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where they offer a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information, you can stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pretty good crowd here for a Saturday afternoon game, as Carterville fans have shown up. Carbondale fans scattered across as well. The band is here. Nice student section down on the far side. The starting lineup for the Carbondale Terriers is being introduced right now. They're going to start Clayton Greer, the 5'9 sophomore, at one guard position. The other guard will be Z Johnson, wears number 10, the 6' senior. You have also James Baltz, the 6'3 sophomore, wears number 23. Darius Bean, the SIU recruit. We'll get to see him play for Barry Henson next year. The 6'4 senior wears number 25. And then it's going to be Seth Owsley, the 5'9 senior, wears number 31. So it'll be Greer, Johnson, Baltz, Bean, Owsley.
And one thing we were talking about earlier, Dave, off air, I don't see Coach Jim Miller here.
I don't either.
I will find out from the Carbondale broadcast team, Brenton Jackson, Roger Medlin to my left. We'll find out, but I was looking and looking. I thought, my eyesight's not what it used to be, but I don't see Jim Miller down there, so we'll find out what's up with that.
We will find out as the Carbondale cheerleaders are finishing up their welcome cheer. And they are getting ready to introduce the Carterville Lions. See the big heads down out of the student section, too.
I'm glad they don't have one of us. That's all I'm saying. Amy, you make sure Amy does not do one of those.
I see Dylan Moore. There's Connor Henderson, big head. The starting lineup for your Carterville Lions. This will be number 3, Dylan Valerius, the 5'11" senior guard. It'll be Justin Johnson. Last night led all scorers with 27 points in the game, the 6'3" senior guard. It'll be also Dylan Moore, the 6-foot forward, the junior forward. It'll be Connor Henderson, the 6'4" guard forward for Coach Shane Hawkins. And then Luke Ford, the 6'7" senior in the post for the Carterville Lions. Valerius, Johnson, Henderson, Moore, and Luke Ford.
I think one thing Carterville needs to do defensively is, I know this is easier said than done, but Carterville really needs to make Carbondale work for every basket they get or every shot attempt that they take. It's very easy for a team like Carbondale with their athletic ability, their length, their speed and quickness to get in the paint and make some easy buckets. But Carterville's got to find a way to somehow slow this locomotive that is the Carbondale Terriers offense down.
I just checked with the other broadcast team. They said they have no idea why Coach Miller isn't here. They hadn't received any word. So
maybe they didn't even know. I don't know.
If they don't know, then nobody knows.
Yep.
I'm telling you, if Roger Medlin doesn't know, nobody knows.
I'm telling you.
Nobody is more prepared than Roger Medlin for a basketball game. Both teams are on the floor as we are set and ready for Carterville Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. And the Carbondale Terriers control. It goes out of bounds. The ball is going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
And I expect Carbondale to really put the pressure on Carterville's guards early and forwards. Yep,
I agree. And they do as they pick up full court press. Seth Owsley out on Dylan Valerius, but he gets across the timeline, and Carterville immediately turns it over as Justin Johnson was cutting behind Valerius, and the pass goes out of bounds.
Yep, basically Valerius could have just handed the ball to Justin. Instead, he threw it and went right into the first row.
So it's going to be Darius Abeen, the 6'4" senior that runs the point. Their leading scorer now after Akri is gone for the season. He has it on the right wing. Out in three-point land, he's guarded by Justin Johnson. That'll be a good matchup, though. I like seeing JJ there. It's fired from 3 from Clayton Greer, and it is Bean that gets the rebound and puts it back. Carbondale is on the board.
Yeah, Bean tried to dunk it on the first attempt, missed, but he stayed with it and got the 2 points.
So the Lions have it. It's Connor Henderson out top. Brings it right side to Dylan Moore. Now to Justin Johnson between the circles. Back to Moore on the right wing. Get the ball to Ford. Looks to give and go, but he keeps it. Spins in the lane. Puts the shot up. Gets the shot away, but they're going to call a travel.
Now he shuffled his feet in the paint. 2 possessions for Carterville, 2 turnovers. One thing Carterville cannot do, in a long list of things today, they cannot become spectators and watch this Carbondale team on the offensive end. When the shot is taken by Carbondale, you've got to be hustling to get to your spot and block your man out.
Yep, and because they'll run right by you.
Yep.
They'll just run
literally
right by you. Z Johnson has it, fires from just inside the three-point arc. It goes off the top of the backboard, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Lions with the basketball. Connor Henderson to Luke Ford, and now to Dylan Moore toward the right wing. 6.5 in the left in the opening quarter. Dylan Valerius to the left. That is Justin Johnson. Now to Moore. Back to Valerius. They work it around. Valerius drives the lane, gets the little runner, gets Carbondale on the board.
Yeah, nice job by Valerius to go from left wing to the free throw line, straight down the lane for 2.
Dylan last night against AJ wound up with 7 points in the game. Carbondale has the basketball. They turn it over as it was Baltz that steps out of bounds. That's the first turnover on the Terriers.
Just like last night with Carterville playing AJ, that was Carterville's biggest game of the weekend. Last night, Carbondale playing Cahokia was their biggest game. Does Carbondale come out here tonight a little flat?
It's a good time to catch them.
Yeah.
Definitely. We'll see as the Lions have it. That's Luke Ford way out top. He gets it over to Henderson, and they work it to Dylan Moore toward the right wing. Down to in the paint to Ford, puts the ball on the floor, has to kick it out, does to Moore. Back around, they work it to the left side. Connor Henderson, right-hand dribble, back to the top of the key. That's Dylan Valerius. Takes it out top. Now JJ has it, and we have a whistle and a foul. That is going to be on Z Johnson. That is his first of the game.
Carterville's done a much better job the last couple of possessions of moving the ball around, getting the ball into Luke Ford. If he's double-teamed, kick it back out. Somebody should be open.
Luke Ford's dad, Tim Ford, celebrating his birthday today.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Tim. Also, Kyle Smith-Peters celebrating a birthday.
Yesterday, my daughter as well.
As Connor Henderson gets on the board, nice pass down in the paint, and Mr. Hindu is able to bank that one home.
Somebody turn the lights out right now.
4-2. Carterville has the 2-point lead, 5:13 remaining in the opening quarter. Terriers in their road black uniforms with the white lettering. I love those. You can see those numbers. Yep. As a three-pointer from, that is
two-pointer.
Two-pointer from Bean is good. He's got 4. It is all tied at 4. The ball is tipped out of bounds. A whistle and a foul. It's going to be on the Terriers. Owsley, his first.
You know, high school kids, they know the records of their opponents. They know that Carterville struggled. And, again, emotionally, this is not as big a game for them as they had last night with Cahokia.
Carterville has the basketball. Valerius leaves it for Johnson on the left corner. Spin move, takes it to the left wing, gets it down low to Ford. He drives the baseline. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Baltz, but...
Well, I think it was off of Luke, but the foul should have been called on Baltz because he was the one that shoved Luke Ford out of bounds.
Yep, Carterville has it. Valerius triggers the inbounds to Moore, now to Johnson. Top of the circle, they get it into Ford. Little turnaround floater's no good. A little strong by Luke Ford. And here come the Carbondale Terriers on the run. That is Bean behind the back dribble to the left elbow. Kick out to Greer. Greer left wing. Back to Darius Bean, who will be going to SIU next year. They have it toward the right baseline. That is Johnson. But it's the jumper from Baltz that's no good. And Carterville has the rebound. Dylan Moore on the left wing. It's all tied at 4. 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. That is Johnson to Valerius to Johnson, who fires from 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. And Baltz comes down with the rebound. Bean across the timeline for the Terriers. Shake and bake, top of the key. They work it around toward the left side. Bean's going to fire from 3. In, out, no good. Rebound by Luke Ford, the 6'7" senior for the Lions. Carterville into the front court. That is Valerius. He is guarded by Johnson. Now it's Johnson that fires from 3 from the left baseline. Good for JJ. He's on the board. Carterville up 7-4.
Well, you look at JJ's game last year compared to this game offensively, night and day difference. He's Mr. Go-To right now.
He plays basketball with these guys all summer long. He knows how they are as the ball goes out of bounds on the air ball. And it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
That's 2 turnovers now for Carbondale, only 2 for Carterville. Carterville with a 7-4 lead here, 3:15 to go in the first.
I'm liking how they're playing early. They settled down after the first 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions. Johnson left side to Connor Henderson to Dylan Moore. Back to Henderson left wing. He's guarded by Bean. They get it into Ford. He is little turnaround jumper, no good. It was a nicely contested shot by James Baltz for the Terriers. But it's Bean in the front court. Fired from 3 by Macklin, and they're going to give that 3-pointer by Macklin, who just checked into the game for the Terriers. All tied at 7, 2:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Connor Henderson with the basketball, and he's guarded by Bean. Gets it down, nice backdoor pass to Luke Ford, who's able to lay that one home. It's 9-7 Lions.
Caught the Terriers napping defensively. They were watching instead of reacting.
So the Terriers have it in the front court. That is Greer They work around the perimeter to Johnson. Johnson leaves it for Greer. Takes it down the paint, kicks it over. Now out top to Bean, who fires from three. Good.
Well, unless you get a hand in his face, he's going to do that all day long.
10-9. The Terriers with the lead now. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Dylan Moore to Henderson. Cuts toward the bucket. The ball is tipped away. Turnover on the lines. We have a whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions.
Now Henderson gets the ball down the low block. He turns to his right. He sees Moore cutting down the lane. Didn't really give Moore a great pass, but even if he gives him a good pass, Moore's in the land of the tall timber, as I say. He wasn't really going to be able to do anything with it if he got it cleanly anyway.
The brothers Garby check into the game, Austin and Grant at the same time. It's Luke Ford getting a breather and Dylan Moore also getting a breather. Coming to the bench for the Terriers, James Baltz. Carbondale has the basketball, up 1 point with 1:40 remaining. On the left side, that is Z Johnson, drives the baseline. He's able to get the little right-hand runner. That's a nice move to the bucket.
Yeah, nobody for Carterville shut him off on the baseline. He just used his speed and quickness to get to the rim.
Terriers are up 3 now, 12-9 with 1:25 on the clock. That is Grant Garby. Number 32 takes it to his brother on the left side. Austin, now to Connor Henderson. Top of the circle to Valerius. Leaves it for Henderson, who fires from three off the front of the iron. And the Terriers control the rebound. Look out, here comes Darius Bean. He's able to get the layup, and the foul is going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Well, Carbondale only hit 2 of their first 6 shots of this game. Since then, they've hit 4 in a row, and 2 of those have been threes.
Dylan Valerius is the one charged with the second foul, the second team foul on the Lions. Darius Bean at the line, shooting the and one. And it's good. He's got 10 of the 15 for Carbondale. 1:03 remaining in the first quarter. It's a 15-9 Terrier lead. Connor Henderson to Justin Johnson. Takes it left side. Left wing wants to get it down low. Has the pass tipped away. It was intended for Grant Garby. 4 turnovers now on the Lions. Terriers into the front court. That is Z Johnson. The 6-foot senior has it. They're going to back up. Looks like they may hold for the final shot, but if it's open, I bet they take it. As it is Macklin that drives, puts the shot up, and they have a charge. No?
I think they're going to call Justin for the foul.
He gave the charge indication.
Owsley had the ball in the right corner, gave a head fake. Johnson went for that. So Owsley goes around Johnson. JJ did a good job to recover. Owsley faked again. JJ went up in the air again, and this time he got him as Owsley was shooting.
So Macklin is at the line. He is shooting.
Yeah, excuse me, Macklin, not Owsley.
He got the first one to go. It's 16-9. 31 seconds remaining. Clayton Greer checks out. Darius Bean checks out for the Terriers. Now Bean is still in the game. It's Greer that checked out. So the second free throw from Macklin is on the way. Off the iron, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Carbondale. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Lions need to finish this last 29 seconds with a bucket. You know, if you could get a 2-pointer here, you're only down by 5 after the first quarter, that would be considered a successful first quarter.
25 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Lions basketball. That is Garby, Austin Garby to Johnson. Now to Valerius. Over to Luke Stritzel that just checked into the ball game. And the pass is tipped away. Here goes Darius Bean. He gets the flush for the Terriers. 7 seconds remaining. 18-9. The 9-point lead. 3, 2, 1. And a whistle and a foul with 0.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the foul is called on Z Johnson of the Terriers.
Yeah, basically, Carterville would have been better off if Garby had not gotten fouled. At least he would have got the shot off. Now with 0.2 seconds, basically there's no chance to
this
score.
One you have to kind of touch it and throw it at the same time. Johnson does. Oh, I don't think it would have counted anyway. 18-9 is the score after 1. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School with Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. We were talking about Coach Miller a few minutes ago. We just found out that his daughter was graduating from SIU today. That's the reason he's not here. And so
understandable.
Congratulations to Coach and his family. It's a big moment.
Yeah, it is. And I'm sure he's going to be getting reports on this game, and he's going to like what he hears from the Carbondale side after one quarter.
So far, as it is a 9-point Terrier lead at the end of the first quarter, Carbondale has the basketball right now, and they work it around into the paint. Fires from three. That is Bean. Rebound is by Baltz, and he gets hammered and is going to go to the line.
Now they're actually going to call the foul on Baltz.
Over the top.
Over the top.
That's his first. So Carterville has the basketball. They're down 9. It's 18-9. What about the stats in the first quarter?
Carterville shot 50% from the field. That's good. Carbondale shot 64%. That's better.
Carterville had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. Carbondale had 2 as Valerius goes diving on the floor after a loose ball. And that is Owsley that he tied up with. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to the Lions. Shane Hawkins talking to his team, talking to his bench players. As Johnson triggers the inbounds, gets it to Valerius. Valerius out top, gets it back to JJ toward the right side. Carbondale had the double team, just couldn't set the trap. It's Henderson that's going to fire from 3. That's off the back of the iron. Johnson with the rebound, the putback no good. Carbondale with their basketball. Darius Bean gets it quickly ahead. That is Clayton Greer. Now they get it back to Bean, to Owsley, to Bean, now to Greer. They work into the triangle. That is Baltz with the shot. He gets fouled and is going to go to the line. I would say he would shoot 2. Now they're going to say it was before the shot.
Well, this Carbondale team, it's almost like pick your poison. I mean, do you come out and guard Bean and leave somebody like Owsley open or Baltz? I mean, you just got to hope they miss their shots.
That foul was on Grant Garby, number 32 for the Carterville Lions. 6:45 remaining in the half. Carbondale basketball. Bean wide open from 3 on the right wing. No good. Johnson with the rebound. Still a 9-point lead. JJ steps across the timeline. Dylan Valerius toward the right side. Now to Luke Stritzel and Justin Johnson. Out top to Connor Henderson, to Valerius, to Stritzel toward the right baseline. Now Johnson, he's going to fire from 3. No good. Rebound controlled by James Baltz, the 6'3 sophomore for the Terriers. Bean takes it across midcourt, 6:15 remaining in the half. As it is over toward the left corner, then passed up the shot. It is Owsley to Macklin. Now Bean toward the right wing. That is Macklin. They get it down low, and it's a turnover. It's tipped away. Here come the Lions. Justin Johnson on the run, lays it up, gets fouled.
And he hit the backboard with his hand, and that's what Coach Hawkins is yelling about, that it should be goaltending. But he's not going to get the call.
The foul is on Owsley. That is his second foul. Johnson is going to be at the line to shoot 2. The official, Shane Hawkins, says he slapped the backboard. The official says, no, coach. He was fouled before he did that. As JJ misses the free throw, and the free throw shooting woes continue for the Lions.
9 of 19, 8 of 19 last night for Carterville at AJ, and that was part of the reason why they lost that game.
Second one from JJ on the way, pulls up a little short. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions.
You know, one thing I'm impressed with, Dave, about this Carbondale team, they have the athletes that they could get up and down the floor and make this a track meet if they wanted, but they're very patient on offense. They wait for the open guy. They very rarely take bad shots, and they're just in your grill defensively. This is a very good team.
Let me run this by you. Do you think they're trying to be careful so nobody else gets hurt? Because they've already lost a major key to their squad.
Yeah, sometimes if you play not to get hurt, that's when something bad happens. But
I know coaches always say you don't play to not get hurt, but like you said, they could make this. They could make it a track meet if they wanted to.
Yep.
Carterville has the basketball. 5:30 remaining. Still hold that 9-point lead. The Terriers do, 18-9. They get the ball into the paint. It's tipped around, winds up out to Valerius. He works it over to Johnson, who's not afraid to shoot from three. No good. Rebound comes off to Burley for the Terriers. Over to Greer. He drives the left baseline, makes a move, throws it at the rim, bounces around, goes out of bounds off of Carterville. It's going to belong to the Carbondale Terriers.
Now these two teams are combined 0 for 7 from the field to start this second quarter. Carterville's missed their opportunity to cut into this 9-point lead. JJ's had some open looks. They just haven't gone today.
On the other side, Carterville's done a nice job holding this lead to 18-9 the last 3 minutes. That was the score at the end of the first quarter. Terriers with the basketball. Bean, right side to Greer. Greer now back to Bean. He fakes the three-pointer, back to Greer toward the right wing to Bean. Now left side, firing from three. Z Johnson, his shot's no good. Rebound up high, down low. I didn't see who that was. It got the ball. That was Burley. He got the rebound, the putback, and the foul. Is going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Somehow, some way, he got in between two Carterville defenders to get that ball. Yes, he's got great leaping ability. That helped. But you got to make sure you cut those guys off from getting to that point.
Connor Henderson is charged with a foul. Burley is only 5'10", but man, he hung right in there, got the rebound, the putback, and he just made the free throw. So it's 21-9, 4:40 in the half. Ford from about 8 feet misses the little jumper, but Carterville gets the rebound. Nice pass from Valerius to Henderson, cutting down the lane. Hindu's got 4. It's 21-11, a 10-point lead for the Terriers.
Carterville finally gets their first field goal of this second quarter.
About 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. Terriers with the ball. Bean has it, top of the circle, works it left side. They get it to Baltz. Baltz to Greer, now to Bean, top of the key. Left-hand dribble, takes it to the elbow, kicks it out to Greer, who fires from three. Good. Man, that's a sweet shot.
And they've started to heat up. They've hit their last 3 shots from the field.
24-11, 3:50 remaining in the half. Justin Johnson has the ball to Valerius. Valerius, the left-hand dribble, leaves it for Henderson on the left baseline. He loses the handle. Turnover Lions. There goes Bean with the flush. That's 2 in the game for Darius. It is 26-11.
If he's anywhere close to you and you have the ball, you had better have your head on a swivel.
He has 12 in the game so far for the Terriers. They get the ball to Ford, puts the shoulder down, and he gets fouled. And is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Baltz, the sophomore's got pretty good size when it comes to guarding Ford underneath. He's got the quickness on Luke, but what was a 9-point Carbondale lead is now a 15-point lead.
So the foul was before the shot. It's going to belong to the Lions. 26-11, 3:26 on the clock. Valerius needs to get it in, gets it to Ford. Nice catch by the big tight end recruit. As Carterville turns it over, that is 7 turnovers in the half. They get it down, Carbondale has it. They get it to Macklin, who's back in the game. Greer, right wing, now they work it back around to Bean. He's guarded by Dylan Moore. To Macklin, to Bean. Bean, the 6'4" senior, he runs the point for these Carbondale Terriers. 2:53. The 26-11 lead. Bean's going to fire from 3. Off the iron, up high. Ford battles, but the putback is good. And that was by Tavares Macklin, who just checked into the game. And we have a timeout called by the Carbondale Terriers. We're going to go on and take a break as well. You're listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. Just 30, please, 30. 28-11 here at Carterville High School. The Carbondale Terriers with the 17-point lead. The ball belongs to the Carterville Lions with 2:42 remaining in the first half.
Carterville's just not shot the ball well here in the second quarter, and Carbondale has heated up.
They shot 50% in the first quarter, but they've definitely gone cold here in the second. Tyler Biddle has the basketball, gets it over to Valerius. Biddle between the circles. Now Dylan Moore toward the left wing. Biddle to Valerius, right side. They work the ball around the perimeter. Valerius was open, gets it down low to Justin Johnson. Left-hand pass back to Valerius, down low. Luke Ford puts the ball on the floor, takes it to the rack, gets the bucket, and he has 4 in the game, 28-13, Terrier lead.
Now Ford just used his brute strength to go to the glass to get that one to go in.
Darius Bean, Greer, right side. They work it to Burley. As it's Greer, has it, guarded by Dylan Moore. Now to Bean, left corner, wide open for 3. Burley fires, no good. And Tyler Biddle with the rebound. We have a foul on the Carbondale Terriers. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Coldwell Banker, Preferred Realty. They're happy to support the Carterville Lions. There's a reason we are preferred. Find out why. Located on West Plaza Drive in Carterville.
Fouls on Bean. Fouled his shot, but he ran into Mr. Biddle on the way to the basket. So he's going to get, Mr. Biddle's going to go to the free throw lines. The Terriers
Actually called the foul on Burley.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, but Tyler Biddle is at the line. His free throw, no good. Johnson tries to tip it out, but the Terriers control. Quickly into the front court. They have it. That is Baltz. We have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Luke Ford.
He just stuck his big arm out and grabbed him as he was going around to the sides. And no, I don't think so. You're not going down the baseline.
Terriers basketball. Minute 37. 25-point lead. Or 15-point lead, rather. Terriers work the perimeter. Bean not afraid to shoot from 3. Carterville just kind of flexes back off of him a little bit. They're going to work it around the outside. On the perimeter, they have it to Bean. They get it down on the left baseline, kick it back out to Bean, left wing. Guarded by Tyler Biddle. Over to the right side. Now they get it down to the paint. Macklin, Tavares Macklin misses the shot. And the Terriers control the rebound and a foul on Dylan Valerius, his 3rd foul of the game.
Darius Bean came from the wing on the left side to get a rebound that was taken from 2 feet away from the basket on the right side. He is very impressive.
Austin Relaford checking in for the Terriers. Coming out is Jakiba Burley, who comes to the bench. 1:04 on the clock, and at the line is going to be Darius Bean after the foul from Dylan Valerius. Number 25, his first one is good. He has 13 first half points of the 29 on the board by the Terriers.
Bean's probably going to have to get a little bit stronger to play at the next level, but other than that, he's got all you're looking for in the college player.
And, following in the legacy of his brother as well.
Yep.
Next year. It's going to be fun to watch at SIU. At least he's staying local. I like that. Tyler Biddle backs his man down. They work it around the perimeter. Biddle brings it right-hand dribble between the circle. Leaves it for Austin Garvey, who just checked back into the game. Luke Ford gets it to the cutting Dylan Moore. He's able to get the layup. The reverse layup. And it is a 15-point lead. 35 seconds left in the game. Terriers are going to slow it down, hold for the final shot. It appears Carterville is content to let them as they back down in the 2-3 zone. 24 seconds remaining in the half. Bean has it. Gets instruction from coach on the sideline. 15, 14, 13 seconds remain in the half. Shane Hawkins working the sideline in front of the Lions bench. Bean over to the left wing where the three-pointer is good by Tavares Macklin. And that is how we end the first half. It is 33-15. Wild Hog halftime show is next on News Radio WJPF. Whatever you need to. Okay. Freezing? Not cold, but freezing? Thank you. That noise isn't irritating, is it?
Not at all.
Carterville High School is where we're at on a Saturday afternoon. It's halftime, and Terriers lead the Lions 33-15. Scott Hudson, it was close early, but the second half, the Terriers were able to pull away.
Yeah, second quarter, Carbondale came out, missed their first 5 shots. Carbondale missed their first 3, so Carbondale had a chance. Carterville had a chance to cut into that 9-point lead, but they missed some open shots, had some turnovers. Carterville shot 44% in the first half. Carbondale 56% in that first half. Carbondale out-rebounded the Lions 11-6. Carbondale led in rebounding by Burley, who had 3 off the bench. Carterville had Valerius and Johnson both with 2. Turnovers, Carterville 7, only 3 for the Terriers.
The Terriers were led in scoring by Darius Bean. He's got 14 points in the first half. Also on the board, Clayton Greer with 3. It was Tavares Macklin with 2, Z Johnson with 2, Jakiba Burley with 3 points in the game, and Tavares Macklin winds up with 7 first half points. They put 33 on the board. Leading the scoring for the Carterville Lions, it's actually Connor Henderson with 4, Luke Ford has 4, Dylan Moore has 2, Justin Johnson with 3. Last night had 27 points in that win at AJ, and Dylan Valerius, who's playing with 3 fouls, only had 2, 15 points. So the Carbondale Terriers are running right exactly where they should defensively, as they've held to the Lions to only 15 first half points. They only give up 30 per game for the entire season.
Well, they're so quick. Even when Carterville throws the ball from one side of the floor to the other, and the guy's open initially, their quickness, they can get on that guy when he receives a pass so he can't get off that jumper. Justin Johnson's had some open looks from 3, couldn't get him to go. Only 7 turnovers, but those were very critical to Carbondale's big second quarter. I kind of look at this Carbondale team, Dave, as they're thoroughbreds. They're kind of like a secretariat, but in this game, it's like somebody's they've become harness racers instead of going, like the Kentucky Derby, because this team can get it and go at any point. But the thing that impresses me most about the Carbondale team is they are patient on offense. They don't take bad shots. They don't play out of control. And they may only have 33 points at halftime, but it's their defense, like we talked about in the pregame, that has been very good this year.
This is your Wild Hog halftime show. The Wild Hog in Carterville, the newest restaurant here in our little town. If you take the Wolf Creek exit and turn west on Commercial Drive, you'll run right into the Wild Hog. It is your Carterville post-game headquarters. We invite you to stop by after the game. Have yourself a nice meal and maybe some drink specials. And if you show your wait staff your Carterville logo apparel, they will take 10% off your bill. They have great food specials every single day, and they just take good care of you. Stop by, say hello to Bob and the staff at the Wild Hog. That's Wild with a Y. It's Wild Hog, your Wild Hog halftime show. Nice performance by the little ones here on the court as the dance team. The little girls apparently, I think, took part in a dance camp, but they just performed here at halftime and did a nice job, as they always do. We are going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our Wild Hog halftime show on News Radio WJPF. Okay, it'll be real quick then. Back at Carterville High School, we appreciate you tuning in and listening to us here on News Radio WJPF, where we're at the half, and the Terriers have an 18-point lead, 33-15. And when we come back, we are going to have second half action. It's all next on News Radio WJPF. Thank you for watching on the YouTube channel. Appreciate it. Thank you. Carterville High School is where we're at on a Saturday afternoon. My name is Dave McKenzie. My partner Scott Hudson. Next to me, we want to say thank you for listening to Lions basketball. Carterville, a mountain to climb here in the second half, 33-15 as we start playing the third quarter.
Well, Carterville just needs to come out and play like they started this game. You know, come out, play hard, play aggressive, and hit some shots, and maybe cut into this this Carbondale lead. And you have to remember, Carbondale's played well the second half of the second quarter. They're doing all this without their leading scorer, the Ball State recruit, Kanaya Cree, the 6'5 senior, who's we've been told is going to have surgery on Monday. So this just shows you the depth of this Carbondale team. They've got several sophomores that are contributing to this great record they've got so far. Carterville just needs to come out and play hard. I think overall, looking at the first half, I think Coach Hawkins was pretty pleased with what he saw, except for the little run Carbondale made late. 7
first-half turnovers. That's below average for this Lions squad. Kanaya Cree's just below us here on the Lions bench, and without a doubt, probably was in contention for Southern Illinois Player of the Year. And of course, the hopes that the Terriers have, which a lot better with him in the lineup than without. But I tell you what, this is a talented Terrier squad for Coach Jim Miller, and they're going to do well.
One thing I should mention about this Carbondale team that I haven't, this is a very unselfish team. You do not see anybody as a me player, not even Darius Bean, who could be if he wanted to.
The Terriers are working from left to right here as we begin play in the second half in the road black uniforms, Carterville in the home white uniforms. 33-15, Terriers with the basketball. It is Z. Johnson that shuffled his feet as he took the pass, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Johnson took one step to his right. Mr. Ford stepped in front of him, and that caused the turnover.
Carterville basketball. Johnson across midcourt, picked up defensively by Z. Johnson. It is Connor Henderson, so on the floor it's Johnson, Henderson, Ford, Moore, Valerius, the starting lineup for Coach Shane Hawkins. Dylan Moore leaves it down low. Nice pass from Luke Ford. He gets the bucket and the foul and is going to go to the line and shoot to and one.
Nice job by Moore to get the ball back down low 2 forward, and then he just used his strength to get it to go and draw the foul.
Penetration creates offense.
That's right.
Penetration creates offense. Penetration creates offense. We'll just keep saying that over and over. As Ford's free throw is good. He's got 7 in the game. Lead the Carterville Lions, and it's 33-18. Terrier lead. Carbondale basketball. Darius Bean takes it to the left side. Back to Bean toward the right. Now it's Clayton Greer. Gets it into Z Johnson. Has the ball taken away. Another turnover. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers on the Terriers. Carterville in the front court. Johnson from 3. Good for Justin Johnson.
Great start by the Lions in the second half.
33-21. Carterville within 12. 6:40 on the third quarter clock. Clayton Greer now to Bean. They work it over to Owsley, and that is Z Johnson to Owsley. Bean's wide open for 3 off the front of the iron, off the top of the board. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Now, Carbondale 2 turnovers and a missed shot to start this third quarter. Meanwhile, Carterville's got 5 points to cut into that Carbondale halftime lead.
And scored on both of those Terrier turnovers to start this second half. 33-21, 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Valerius across the timeline gets it to Connor Henderson. Henderson to Luke Ford, who comes out top. He tries to hit the cutting Dylan Moore. They bring it back around the left side. Justin Johnson toward the left wing. Right-hand dribble. Floats to the right. Back to the left. Wants to get it down low to Ford. Does. Ford on the left block. Kick out to Johnson for 3. Good. Justin Johnson.
2 in a row and nothing but net on both of them.
Boy, that was a nice sequence right there. Carterville has scored on their first 3 possessions. 2 3-pointers and a nice backdoor cut. Carbondale needs a timeout. 33-24. It's an 9-point lead for the Terriers. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. $30 here, please. 30. Carterville Lions. They have pulled to within 9 points of the Carbondale Terriers here. Coming out of the halftime break, it is 33-24.
Carterville's in a zone, and Carbondale really is not attacking that zone. Everything's on the perimeter, and Carterville's just laying back, letting them take those shots way out.
Prior to this possession, Carbondale had 2 turnovers and a missed shot, and Carterville scored on all 3 of those. 2 3-pointers and a backdoor cut from Dylan Moore. As the Terriers have it, as it is Bean that drives the left baseline. We have a whistle and a foul maybe on Henderson. It is Connor Henderson, his 2nd foul of the game. First team foul on the Lions here in the second half. 5:29 on the clock, 33-24. Carbondale basketball. They get it to Clayton Greer. Brings it right side. That's where Darius Bean has the ball. Left-hand dribble. Over to Owsley. Now Greer toward the left baseline. Back to Owsley. To Bean on the right wing. Swing pass to Greer. Fires from 3 off the iron. No good. And Greer saves it. Nice job. Gets it to Z Johnson. He's able to control. Get it back out top. Owsley at the free throw line to Z Johnson. Now to Greer. Greer floats to the right. Takes it top of the key. Now to Bean on the right wing. 4:53 in the third quarter. Bean wants to go in the paint, but they kick it out right side. That is Z Johnson to Bean. Now left side to Owsley to Bean. He takes it to the free throw line. Right elbow, leaves it for Z Johnson. Johnson back to Bean. Carterville, nice defense, still in that zone. They work around. Carbondale being very patient on the offensive end. It is Darius Bean to Greer. Now to Johnson. Back to Greer, and they bring it to Owsley. They're just working the perimeter back and forth, left and right, waiting for that one cut into the lane, it looks like. It's Z Johnson, back to Greer, now to Bean, now to Owsley. He was open for 3, passes up on the shot. 4:09. This is a minute and 15-second possession for the Terriers. as Greer bobbles the ball, but they able to control. Bean to Owlsley. Back to Bean. Left-right dribble, shake and bake at the free throw line. Now it's Greer that fires from three. Shot no good. JJ, Justin Johnson, the Lions, gets the rebound. He gets it to Valerius, and the Lions are able to break the timeline. 3:41 remaining in the third quarter. Carterville within 9 of the Terriers, 33-24. That is Valerius to Ford at the free throw line. Looks for somebody to cut backdoor, leaves it for Dylan Valerius. Valerius, the left-hand dribble. Johnson will fire from three again off the iron. No good. Rebound by the Carbondale Terriers. Z. Johnson brings it across midcourt. Darius Bean, the right-hand dribble, gets the pick. He fires from the top of the key. Good.
That's a two-pointer, but Darius Bean finally decided, you know what, fellas, I'll just take care of this myself.
16 for Bean in the game, 35-24, an 11-point lead, 3 minutes remaining in the third. Justin Johnson to Valerius. Finally steps across midcourt, picked up defensively by Owlsley. Have a foul, I believe. Was that another hip check on Luke Ford?
I didn't see it, but
it's on, Big Luke.
Mr. Macklin went sliding across the floor, and that's a turnover on Carterville, only their first in this third quarter.
I'm telling you, I think Luke Ford has a potential career in ice hockey.
I think so.
Boy, he had that hip check against DuQuoin.
Yep.
Smith, Ashton Smith, I believe it was. It went flying, and it was a good one. And there was no foul call. Bean, he's going to fire from three off the iron, no good. Greer gets it, back to Bean, down low to Johnson, leaves it for Macklin. Tavares Macklin gets the bucket. He's got 4, 37-24.
Carbondale scoring points on their offensive rebounds. Carterville's got to do a better job of not keeping them off the glass.
That is Austin Garby that has the ball. He just checked in for the Lions. Valeris leaves it for Hindu. Connor Henderson, right-hand dribble to Johnson. There's a whistle and a foul. That is going to be on Z. Johnson, his third of the game. As he just kind of ran into JJ, but he's called with the foul. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, certified York dealer, and they service all brands. Call 985-2502 or find them online. Go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Lions with the basketball. Ford at the right elbow. Back to Austin Garby. Backdoor cut for Ford. He tried to tip it up. We got a pushing foul on the Carbondale Terriers. That's going to be on Seth Owlsley, and that will be the third on Owlsley. So you have Z. Johnson with 3, James Baltz with 3, and now Seth Owlsley has 3 fouls for the Terriers. Luke Ford checks out. Austin Garby checks out. Checking in, Luke Stritzel and Grant Garby, into the game. Carterville with the basketball. Johnson, Valerius, Dylan Moore fires from 3. Doesn't hit anything. And here come the Terriers. Minute 45 in the third quarter. It's a 13-point Terrier lead. Holding the ball, Tavares Macklin between the circles. Works it over to Bean. They're going to slow down, maybe hold for the final shot. They don't look to be in any hurry to press offensively with the basketball. They work the perimeter back and forth. Tavares Macklin, now to Owlsley, back to Macklin. Stands just inside the midcourt line. They get it to Tavares Macklin into the game. Where's number 5? His brother, number 33. Darius Bean toward the left wing. Under a minute we go. Carbondale with the basketball. Owlsley, now they're starting to move here with a minute left in the game. 55 seconds on the clock. Darius Bean on the right wing. Carterville in a zone. Kind of a matchup zone as they have JJ playing a man on Bean, but everybody else playing a matchup zone. They work it right side. That is Macklin. Now to Bean, back to Owlsley between the circles. 37 seconds on the clock. Bean, right wing. Macklin, right baseline. Back to Bean. 28-27. 26 seconds remain in the third quarter. 37-24, the 13-point lead for the Carbondale Terriers. Under 20 we go. Now Bean between the circles, between the leg dribble. leaves it for Owsley, or Macklin, who fires from 3. Ball is in the air. Terriers control the board. Bean has it. They're going to have another shot at the last second here in the quarter. Over to Macklin, fires from 3, gets it. That is Deveris Macklin with that 3-pointer, and that's how we end the third quarter. 40-24 at the end of 3. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. So what they got to do, they held it for 1:20, that last possession. We're way off right now. We only have 7 turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over that third quarter. Or we had 1, yeah. Is there ever a game when they... Maybe we have a fire. Heading to the fourth quarter, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, 40-24. Carbondale held the ball for 1:15 that last possession and got the bucket right before at the horn.
Yeah, they missed the shot, but they got the rebound, offensive rebound by Owsley. He went in there and took it away from a couple of Carterville players, and they hit the big 3 there at the end of the third.
40-24, the 16-point lead for the Terriers. Carterville has the basketball. As it is Garby, leaves it for Johnson. Johnson from just inside the 3-point line. He's able to hit the 18-footer. He's got 11 for the Lions. It's 40-26, 7:40 remaining in the game. Greer has it, picked up defensively by Luke Stritzel. The ball's on the floor. Turnover by the Carbondale Terriers. That's 3 here in the second half. Dylan Moore with the basketball, tips it to Grant Garby, number 32. Back to Moore, inside the 3-point arc to Valeris. He drives the left lane, puts it up, gets the right-hand runner. He's got 4, and it is 40-28, a 12-point Terrier lead.
Yeah, Carterville started the fourth just like they started the third.
Darius Bean leaves it down low for Deveris Macklin. He's able to bank that one home. 42-28, starting to see the pace pick up by both teams. Dylan Moore takes it. Right-hand runner is good by Dylan Moore. And we have a timeout that is called by Shane Hawkins. It is... .6:52 remaining in this ball game between the Carterville Lions and the Carbondale Terriers. And Lions are hanging tough. 42-30, a 12-point Terrier lead.
Hawkins wanted to see effort from his team. He's gotten exactly that here today.
He is going to be a happy camper up to this point. I promise you that. Terriers with the basketball. They get it into the front court. It is Greer. Now they work it to Owsley, over to Bean, and that is Z. Johnson. Drives the left baseline, gets bumped, got a whistle, and a pushing foul on, I believe they'll call that. I'm not going to say it. I'm wrong every time.
I'll say it. Grant Garby.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Number 32, his third team foul on the line. 6:36 remaining. Terrier basketball. That is Darius Bean toward the left wing. Guarded by Austin Garby. He drives the lane, gets the right-hand runner. What a pretty shot by Darius Bean. Up and under 18 for Bean.
That's just athletic ability. There's nothing you can do about that.
Just sick. Dylan Valeris tries the left-hand runner. His shot was partially blocked, but the Terriers get the rebound. Here comes Bean behind the back. Down low, ball's tipped, turnover on the Terriers. That's 4. Carterville has the basketball. They're down 14. Over toward the right side, Dylan Valerius. Now to Garby, to Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore's had a decent game, played hard. And here for Shane Hawkins. Valerius across the top of the free throw lane. To Moore, back to Valerius, now back to Moore. They get it to Garby, gives it to his brother, kicks it out to Valerius. He drives the baseline, leaves it for Austin. Right-hand dribble around the left elbow. Valerius back to Austin Garby. Kick out for Dylan Moore. Takes it to the paint. Now Dylan Valerius for three. Off the iron, no good. Ball tips around. Here comes Darius Bean for the Terriers. Backs it up, going to slow it down. They have the 14-point lead. Clayton Greer, Z. Johnson looks, gets instruction from the Carbondale coach. Left-hand dribble out to Owsley. Seth Owsley, the 5'9 senior, on the floor, guarded by Justin Johnson. Right-hand dribble, gets an opening down the lane, throws it up, gets it to go. Seth Owsley, that's his first bucket of the game.
Just a great job to get penetration in the lane, and Carterville never slid anybody over to stop him.
Dylan Valerius, he's guarded by Owsley across the timeline. Get it down as Garby had his man blocked off. Now it's Austin Garby to Valerius. Grant Garby working hard in the paint. Just can't quite get the ball to him. They not there. Valerius to Austin Garby. Grant now is blocked off by Baltz. And we have a whistle and a hacking foul called on the Carbondale Terriers.
Carterville with only one turnover in this second half. Carterville's done a good job of obviously taking control of the ball. Part of that is because Carbondale is taking so much time off the clock on each possession. Carterville's not had the ball that many times in this second half.
Austin Garby, number 21, is at the line shooting free throws. The sophomore makes his first, so it's going to be Tyler Biddle that checks in for Dylan Moore. Grant Garby takes a breather as well. And let's see, who's on the floor?
Biddle's on the floor.
Biddle, Valerius. Austin Garby, Justin Johnson, look forward, check back in. And as Garby misses the second free throw, and it's Darius Bean, who just picked up his first foul of the game. As hard as he played, he plays clean, and he has his first foul, leaves it down low. Nice job getting it to Clayton Greer. Backdoor cut is good. Greer's got 5, 48-31, a 17-point Terrier lead. Lions basketball, Tyler Biddle, left wing. Picked up by Greer defensively, leaves it for Austin Garby, gets it down low, the ball is turned over, just can't quite get that connection to Ford in the paint.
He's 6'7", it's hard to overthrow Luke Ford.
And we did. We did. As it is Terriers basketball. Darius Bean toward the left wing, he's going to back it up toward midcourt, guarded by Tyler Biddle. 3:40 remaining in this game, 17-point Terrier lead. Left wing to Greer, back top of the circle to Darius Bean. He backs it up once again. Left-right dribble over toward Greer. On the left wing, leaves it for Z. Johnson. Johnson on the left wing, drives the baseline, bumps, shoots. Ball is shot blocked. Actually gets the jump ball.
It's going to be Carterville ball.
Yeah, on the possession.
So that's a turnover. That's 5 for
Now they're going to say it's
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry, it is Terrier.
It is Terrier back.
I looked at the...
Now it switches on the inbounds, or it should have. Yes. Terriers have it. Darius Bean, guarded by Austin Garby, shook him out of his shoes, but he's able to recover.
I'm checking. I make sure my shoes are still tied.
I forgot my ankle braces today. Of all days, for me not to wear my nice backdoor pass down to Greer. He gets the bucket. He has 7. 50-31. Terriers are starting to pull away now. 19-point lead.
Yeah, they've taken 5 shots in this fourth quarter, and they've hit all 5.
2:50 remaining in the contest. Wild Hog postgame show. We have to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Tyler Biddle fires from 3. Got fouled, not called, though. But it's Valerius that pulls down the rebound. Over to Johnson, left wing. 2:35 in the game. The pass into Biddle, into the paint. He's fouled as he was trying to get the handle and shoot at the same time, but he's going to go to the line and shoot 2, as it is Owsley that is called with a foul. That is 4 now on Seth Owsley, and Tyler Biddle will shoot 2 free throws. No, they're going to say it was on the floor before the shot. Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Tyler Biddle says, hey, pick my elbow up off the floor out there while you're doing it. Yeah,
he should be at the line.
Yeah, he was going up for the shot. I don't know.
Owsley's going to check out with his 4 fouls. Gets a round of applause from the Terrier crowd as Dylan Valerius works it to Dylan Moore. Moore left wing, back to Valerius between the circles. Get it into the Luke Ford. Man, they are just overthrowing Ford, but he battles and gathers the ball in, gets it, tries to get it to Garby. It's tipped away, but a foul on the Terriers. It's going to be on number 3. That is Clayton Greer. That's his first foul of the game. 2:17 remaining here in the game. 50-31, Terrier lead. That's only 6th team foul on the Terriers. Carterville basketball. Justin Johnson gets it into Ford. That's how you make an entry pass. Spin and whistle and a foul. And that's going to put the Lions in the bonus.
When the big guy Ford breaks free, quick, crisp pass, head high or a little higher, not at the ankles, that's how you have an entry pass.
And you have to be ready to get it to him. When he puts that hand up, that ball needs to be there.
A lot of teams, you can give it that extra second to make that pass. Not on Carbondale. They're so quick, you've got to make it immediately.
Ford is at the line. He hits the first free throw. He has 8 in the game. 18-point lead, 50-32, 2:12 left here in the contest. It's been fun watching the Terriers. I've looked forward to this game as Ford gets the second to fall. I've been looking forward to this game because this is really the only time we're going to get to see Carbondale play this season.
Right.
And I was hoping that Kanaya Cree would be available. I hate that he got hurt. You just hate seeing anybody get hurt. But I'm very proud of him. He's going to go to Ball State and next year, and he'll be fine. He'll be ready to go. But Coach Jim Miller has a fine squad, and they're going to be fun to watch once we get into regionals as Greer gets the backdoor cut, gets the bucket. He's got 9 for Carbondale. It's 52-33. Minute 49 remaining. Carterville has it, working right to left on our floor here. Down into Ford, puts the shot up. Oh, it bounces out. He gets the foul, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Carson Pearson in the game now for Carterville. He'll be somebody that'll be counted upon next year to play big minutes for this Carterville team.
Tavares Macklin charged with the foul. Ford at the line, shooting 2. First one is good. Luke into double digits. He's got 10. Our Wild Hog postgame show is coming up. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Be thinking about that, Scott Hudson. Misses the second free throw. 18-point lead, 1:35 remaining. Carbondale slows it down as Bean steps across midcourt. Carson Pearson matched up against Darius Bean. That's a heck of a matchup. You're coming into the game. You get to go guard Darius Bean. He's going to SIU next year, by the way.
Baptism by fire.
Leaves it down low. Macklin is able to get the shot. Tavares Macklin, he gets it to go home. 6 points for Tavares Macklin. Dylan Moore fires from 3, trying to get the foul. Does get the foul. That has got to be 5 games in a row that Dylan Moore is going to go to the line and shoot three free throws after getting fouled on a three-pointer.
Some guys just have a knack to attract defenders when they're shooting the 3, and Dylan Moore is, he should write a book about that.
I know. Moore is at
or
the
give
line.
seminars anyway.
I know. Well, if you're shooting a 3, just fall down. That's how that works. Dylan, he gets the first one to go. He's got 5 in the game. Carterville has 1 turnover this second half.
I've got him for 2.
Well, okay. I thought but still, that is 9 for the game. I'm telling you, we're gonna hear from you hate to lose, but Shane Hawkins, you mentioned it earlier, he's going to be very happy with the effort from his boys today.
Well, you hope it's something that Carterville can build on going into the big conference game Wednesday night here against Nashville.
And the one thing that he's talked about is Dylan Moore hits all 3 of his free throws. He has 7. 54-37. Carbondale basketball. Bean gets some help. Oh, we got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Austin Garby just below us here.
I think Carbondale called a timeout first.
Okay.
And, by the way, Jim Miller has shown up.
There he is. So we've got a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. It's Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. 60, please. Okay. Okay. .56 seconds remain in the ball game here at Carterville High School. The Terriers lead it 54-37. Nice effort from the Carterville Lions here, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, they've played a pretty good game overall. They shot the ball relatively well in this game, 44% at half. That'll be a little bit more than that, I think, in the second half. So, all in all, a good effort by Carterville.
45 seconds. You got to think that Terriers will probably run the clock down as Z Johnson has it way out top toward the right corner. Guarded by Carson Pearson. Gets the pick from Bean. Bean takes the basketball. He's picked up by Carson Pearson now. 27, 26, 25 seconds remain in the ball game. Post-game show brought to you by the Wild Hog. It's on the way. Thanks to our sponsors today, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, City of Carterville, Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty, the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. 5 seconds. 54-37 is going to be the final here in the ball game. Wild Hog post-game show is next on News Radio WJPF. Steve McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where the Carbondale Terriers have just knocked off the Carterville Lions 54-37 in an entertaining basketball. Carbondale didn't run away with it like we kind of thought they would. Carterville hung around, and I'm happy with how the Lions played in this game.
Well, I think at this point, when you've only won one game in the season, you've got to take baby steps. You know, you've got to walk before you can run. And I think we saw some things last night that were on the positive side. We saw some things here this afternoon that were on the positive side that make you think that maybe going forward, these are some things that Carterville can build off of going into the next game on Wednesday night against Nashville here. Carterville made some nice runs. They got close, but in the end, it was just the athletic ability, the length, the size, the speed of Carbondale that won this game. And give Carterville credit. I think a lot of people thought this score might be a lot worse, but Carterville came to play today, and they played hard.
And this could pay dividends for this Carterville Lions team as we get now into the holiday tournaments and further along into conference play, which we're going to get right back into on Wednesday night. Maybe they can turn this into something positive when the Nashville Hornets come to Carterville Wednesday evening for Southern Illinois river-to-river conference action.
And it's the last game for Carterville before the holiday break, and then, of course, going to the Duster Thomas Classic on December the 28th or 9th. I think it's 28th and 29th.
29th, yep.
But so they only got one game left, and you'd like to get a win on Wednesday night. Obviously, it would be an upset if you go by records. You could take that upset win and maybe head in the Duster Thomas and open some eyes there.
Let's look at our stats for the ball game.
Well, Carbondale out-rebounded Carterville 20-8. And you say, only 8 rebounds? Well, when you take about 2-3 minutes off of the clock every possession, talking about Carbondale, you're not going to get a lot of rebounds. Plus, Carbondale was 7 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. But Valerius and Johnson both had 3 for Carterville, 4 for Bean to lead the Terriers. Turnovers, we thought this could be a turnover fest. Carterville only 9 turnovers in the game, only 2 in the second half. Carbondale with 8 turnovers. Shooting from the field, not bad for Carterville, 48% from the field on 13 to 27 shooting. Carbondale with that 7 of 7 in the fourth quarter ended up shooting 60% from the field.
When you look at the scoring for the Carbondale Terriers, of course, led by the 6'4 senior Darius Bean. He winds up with 18 in the game. You have Clayton Greer that had 9. Tavares Macklin had 6. His brother Devaris Macklin had 12. It was Seth Owsley with 6. And Jakiba Burley with 3. And Z Johnson winds up with 2 in the game. They hang 54 points on the scoreboard, do the Carbondale Terriers. For the Carterville Lions, they were led by Luke Ford in the paint. Actually, I'm sorry, Justin Johnson winds up with 11 for the game. Ford had 10. You had Dylan Valeris with 4 in the game. Connor Henderson had 4. Austin Garby got 1 free throw. Dylan Moore winds up with 7. And as we said, Luke Ford has 10, 37 points. The Lions, they beat the average of the opponents of the Carbondale Terriers as well.
Yeah, and again, both teams' biggest game of the weekend was last night. Both were conference games. Carbondale won, Carterville lost. This game was a little bit of emotional letdown probably for Carbondale, but their athleticism and their just ability to score from anywhere on the floor was the difference in this game. And so, again, you've only won one game. You try to look for positives out of each game going forward. I think there were, like I said, there were some last night you can take forward with you. There's some from this game. But if you go into Wednesday night, Mr. McKenzie, and you come out and you turn the ball over 15 to 17 times and you get beat by 15 to 20 points, all the good that you've done in these last 2 games goes right out the window.
Absolutely. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yep.
Don't do that.
No.
That's what you want
That's
to avoid.
not a dance routine.
The Wild Hog post-game show is going to continue when we come back, 54 to 37. It's the Carbondale Terriers over the Carterville Lions. We'll continue here on News Radio WJPF.
Here's your Joe 60 and then 90 for the coach, please.
I 54-37. The Terriers get the win, and Scott Hudson, we need to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. If you had to choose, who would you select?
Well, it was an easy selection last night with JJ having a big game down at Anna and a losing effort. This one's a little bit tougher, but I'm going to give a slight edge to Luke Ford. He had 10 points, leading scorer in this game for Carterville. But when he was in the game, Carbondale never really got a lot going on the inside, in
Correct.
the paint. He was, obviously, if you drive the lane and there's a 6'7" kid there, you're probably going to pull it right back out. And the Carbondale, when he was in the game, really didn't do a whole lot in the paint. All their damage was done from the outside. So for those reasons alone, I would give it to Luke Ford.
Luke Ford is your Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. You can call 534-8148, operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann at Carterville. They've been in business for over 20 years, and they will do commercial and residential lawn care. They do landscape maintenance. They do spring and fall cleanups. How about snow removal? I wonder if we're going to have a white Christmas. Wouldn't it be nice if Joe had to work on Christmas Day? Property maintenance, bush hogging, also bush head and hedge trimming, tree trimming. They do it all. You can call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. It is Luke Ford, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. And that's a nice birthday present for his dad.
Yes,
celebrating
that's
their
right.
birthday today. Also, we want to also say the Ford family have a lot going on. Not only is Luke being recruited by every college in the country for football, it appears, and it's Tim's birthday, but also Luke's grandmother is in the hospital, and we just want to send out thoughts and prayers to the Ford family and hope things turn out well. And Luke is actually going to be traveling again for recruiting trips. Not exactly sure the exact dates, but he's got some more trips, a couple more left. So Luke Ford, your Joe's Lawn Care and Star Removal star of the game. 54-37 was the final here. As we are waiting on head coach Shane Hawkins to start making his way toward our broadcast location here at Carterville High School. Wednesday night, we mentioned it a few minutes ago, the Nashville Hornets, Scott, are going to come in. Carterville 0-2 in conference play, getting beat last night 68-58 by the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats, but this Nashville team put the hammer on AJ in the first matchup between those two schools in conference action, and we're going to get to see those Nashville Hornets up close and personal on Wednesday.
Yeah, they're a pretty good ball club. You know, last year at this time, Carterville went up right before Christmas to Nashville and beat Nashville on their home floor in what was a very, very well-played game. And then, of course, Nashville came here later in the year and beat Carterville, but I'm sure Nashville, they're rolling right now. They would love to come down here and put a win down here against the Carterville Lions. But Carterville really needs to get in the win column, not only for their second win of the year, but they need to get in the win column on the conference side of things.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be tough. You still have Pinckneyville twice after Wednesday night. Of course, you've got Sparta and you know, as I said, Pinckneyville twice. So nothing's going to be easy from here on out. They will get the break after Wednesday night. Won't play again until, I think it's December 28th in the Dexter Thomas Hoops Classic at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock on that Friday. But they need a win in the worst way, and what would be better than to get your second win and it be a conference win on Wednesday night?
I tell you what, you know, the nice thing about high school basketball is at the end of the season, everybody goes to the playoffs.
Yes, that's true.
And, you know, these tough losses that the Lions have had, I can see some improvement. And we're going to talk to Shane Hawkins, who's starting to make his way up here. But it can all pay off benefits down toward the end of the season.
As long as you are improving as the season goes along and there's not any regression, you know, you always want to be playing, I don't care what sport it is. When you go into the playoffs or what level it is, you always want to be playing your best going into the postseason or going into the playoffs, whatever the case may be. So for Carterville, they've started out slowly, obviously, but now they've got to start the progression of getting better every game, putting some wins behind them, and when you do that, guess what? Your players get confidence that in a close game late, we can find a way to win the game instead of, oh no, here we go again, we're probably going to lose.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins. It's next on the postgame show on NewsRadio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, 54-37. The Terriers knock off the Carterville Lions. Head coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on the post-game show. Coach, we've talked all season using the E word, effort. That was a good effort from your Lions today.
It was. It was better. And I thought it was pretty good last night.
Yes.
I thought it was a little bit better today. And but it's, and we say that, but it's on 2 possessions in the second half when we've got it to, I think it was at 9 when one of them happened. We get them to miss a 3, and we don't chase a loose ball that we think is going out of bounds. They save it, and then they hit a 3. And then they had another possession where they missed a 3, which we were not extending early in the game. We were not going out to chase those guys. We were playing about 15 feet and hoping they were shoot a bunch of rainbows. And we get them to miss one in the second half, and we don't get checked. One person doesn't check, give up a rebound, and now they end up getting a 3 off that one. So there's 6 points just in the third quarter that we give up that they shouldn't have had because we didn't take that step.
You're right, and you look at the score, then you're within 10, of the game, and it's the Lions did a nice job on the offensive side. They took the open shots when they were there, and you have to be pleased with that.
Yeah, because we got more shots.
Yeah,
when you turn it over 9 times, it gives you more opportunities.
Yes.
I still think we've got guys who are afraid to turn it loose on the perimeter and shoot it, and I think we catch it a lot of times not ready to shoot it. I think we catch it on the perimeter sometimes and we're not ready to pass. We had some cutters open in the paint because they just get extended. They go try to pressure the ball and they guard their guy. And we're not beating them off the bounce. You've got to beat those guys. You've got to beat athletes with pass and cut. And we had some guys open on cuts, but our passers weren't ready. It was just we kind of catch it instead of catching it down and ready to make the next play. And, it's a process.
And also, can we let the guards know that Luke Ford is only 6'7", he's not 6'10". There's been about 3 times where they had the ball, they had him open on the low block, and it was just a pass that he just wasn't able to gather in. But it happens.
We don't feed the post very well at all. And a lot of times they play behind him. It's hard to miss him. He's 6'7", 265.
I said that sarcastically, but
but you're right.
That's 6 points in the paint.
Just give him a chance.
Yeah.
He's going to make 55, 60% of them.
Yeah.
He's going to get fouled on some. He made some free throws today. But give us a chance. Give us a chance because if we can get it to him, then they have to collapse. They have to bring guys from the perimeter in to help. So now it opens up our perimeter guys. Now you're getting an extra step or step and a half for your shot. And you're going to catch it in rhythm. You have a little bit. You're not as rushed to shoot it. But, again, it's baby steps.
How much fun is it to watch Darius Bean work a basketball court?
It's a lot more fun when you're not sitting on the opposing bench.
I'm sure.
If you're sitting in the bleachers, it's a little bit more fun. You know what? He has continued to make himself a better player. As a freshman and sophomore, he was pure athlete.
Yep.
And didn't shoot it very well at all. You didn't have to guard him outside about 10 feet.
Right.
And not that he didn't handle it, but he would get really loose and careless with it. And now you don't see that. He's made that step. Now he shoots it pretty well. He's a catch-and-shoot guy who can make it. He can still get you off balance and take you to 15 feet and jump over you and shoot jumpers. And he can get past you because he handles a little bit better now.
Wednesday night, Nashville Hornets come right here to Carterville High School. How does the game tonight against the Terriers, how do you build on that going into this conference matchup Wednesday?
Well, I think that our guys are still disappointed in the loss, so that's a positive. That I don't know that deep down some of them thought we could really win. I think we still have that kind of awe factor or fear factor of some teams, but we did go compete. We outscored them in the second half. Again, it's minor details, but other than when we got down big early, we won the second half. We had spurts where we were pretty good. It's just making those spurts a little bit longer and being more consistent because we can't continue to give up, easy baskets. We can't give up stuff off offensive rebounds. And we talked the same thing with our JV guys. You're not going to out-jump them. But if you put a knee or you put a butt on their knee, it's really hard to jump. Mm-hmm. And that happened in a JV game, and it happened in a varsity game a little bit too. And it's just being fundamental all the time and never taking a break physically or mentally. And we'll come back and we'll go to fight on Wednesday night.
54-37, the Terriers knock off the Carterville Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us here, the Coaches Show, on our Wild Hog postgame show. A good game. It was an enjoyable game to watch. I know you hate a loss is hard to take, but I was excited to get to see the Terriers this year because it's really the first time and only time we're going to. And Coach Jim Miller, he's got a good squad, and even with Kanai gone.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that for them. I hate it for him that you're a senior. And, thankfully he's signed at Ball State, so that's a little bit less stress on him. But you hate to see a 17 or 18-year-old kid's high school career get cut short because of injury. And but it will give him a chance to kind of come back stronger and not be forced to play all this season and have the wear and tear on his body, get healed and be 100% and get ready and go represent Southern Illinois in the MAC.
54-37, that's the final. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Shane Hawkins is joining us here on our post-game show. And, again, Wednesday night is the next game for these Carterville Lions. They'll be at home to take on the Nashville Hornets. Scott, Coach, liked the effort, and they're going to have effort coming up Wednesday night.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. And tough loss last night, AJ. Much better effort here tonight against a very, very good Carbondale team. And those are what you call building blocks. You've got to take the positives from last night and tonight and this afternoon and take those into the game Wednesday night. You're going to play a very good Nashville team. It's a conference game. It's not a must-win, but it's a need to win because you've only got one win on the season. You're still 0-for in the conference. So let's see where Carterville does. They've got 3 days off, got a couple of days of practice, I'm sure, to work on game plan for Nashville. But I'm seeing some things I like from this team, and hopefully it'll translate to a win on Wednesday night.
Conference game here at Carterville High School Wednesday night, 7:45 is the scheduled start time. Our pregame show will start at 7:30. And we invite you to join us. Come on out and watch the game. It's fun watching these basketball games. But tip is set for 7:45. Pregame will start at 7:30 here on News Radio WJPF. For Brian R. Powell back at the studio, from our partner Scott Hudson, for Amy on the video, I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you Wednesday night, 54-37. The Terriers knock off the Lions here this afternoon. Thank you for listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. See you.